Well, I was raised in two different parts of the city. The first 7 years I was raised over on Chestnut Street near BDP. 1626 Chestnut Street, Apartment A to be exact. You know what I'm saying? and then I moved to the Hole, where I went to, like, I finished elementary school over there and, was raised over there for the rest till I was a teenager. So.
What's the Hole?
The Hole is Sunflower Circle, Butterfield, Lansing Drive, Northampton, by Carver School Road, Yellow Jackets.
Legendary spot. Everybody know the Hole.
Yes,
you from Western, you know the Hole.
You know the Hole. You know the Hole. 3 girls, junior burgers. We chilling, slogging goddamn chips and dipping in the chill wine. Drinking some chill wine, dip the chips in some salt and chill and
The OGs know that.
That's it. I don't know OGs know that.
Yeah, they don't think they don't even got food no more.
Nah, they don't. Yeah. They don't. But yeah, that's where I've been at, where I'm from.
Tell me, how was your pre-teen years?
Well, up till preteen, like childhood.
Yeah, like when you first started school to elementary school and in your neighborhood. What were you saying at then?
Let me see. I was saying in the Hole.
Okay.
Elementary school. Excuse me. Yeah, I was saying in the Hole. Like I moved over there when I was 8 years old after my grandmother passed away. And I went to Walkertown Elementary, then Walkertown Middle. And then I went to Carver. So I started writing when I was in the 3rd grade and performing poetry and stuff. Like I've always been performing stuff. My grandmother and my cousin, both of them RIP, always kept me in front of things. And, I was involved in church activities, church productions. And then my brother, Lloyd, I actually started rhyming and rapping he's one of my influences because we used to rap and everything and he used to help me write. And so when I was in elementary school, I started writing poetry and everything. I was in the Crescendo all honors chorus. I was the only person from Walkertown Elementary School to get into that chorus representing Forsyth County, representing that school. And then I got into playing the viola in the 6th grade. So from the time I was 11.
Like a violin?
Yes, okay. yes. It's in the violin class, but it's a little bit bigger and it has a different clef note than.
Who was raising you at this point?
At this point, my aunt was. I was living with my aunt and my brothers. Both of my parents are deceased. So I lost my mother when I was a baby. I was like 10 months old when I lost her of breast cancer. And then my father passed away in Hawaii from stomach cancer when I was 7 years old.
7?
Yes. So it was like we was coming back from my uncle's funeral, right? And then we got a phone call from my grandmother in California saying that my father passed away. And then 6 months after that, my grandmother passed away. So it was like boom, boom, boom. So it's like my world just was turned upside down.
Was that extremely traumatizing?
It was. Well, I don't know because funerals have always been a constant thing in my life. My uncles, I lost majority of my maternal family before I was 7. So, like all my uncles and everything was already dead. And my parents and grandfather and grandmother were already dead by the time I was 7. So then we moved in with my aunt who was working, of course. And so I went from being a spoiled brat to having to cook for myself and be responsible for doing my homework and all that stuff with my brothers.
Had kids?
She did. She had a daughter. She
Okay.
had one daughter. And that was an interesting situation because she was very impartial towards, she was partial towards her daughter and my brothers. So she would do stuff for her daughter and I do stuff for us. Mm-hmm. That's why I really turned to the arts to really help me to get through that, So that's how everything went from there.
Right.
And, like I said, I was involved in a lot of stuff in school, but since she was always working or she never had time, I never got to go to any of the performances. So it's like, I would prepare for the stuff, but they would always have to have an understudy for me because I would never get to go,
Damn.
So,
how did you get into it? You was like self-motivated and you
yeah,
got
I've always been comfortable in front of people, even when I was in school. Like when it was time to read stuff, I would raise my hand, okay, I want to read, and I'd get up, I'd be like, yes, and the dog went into the I was reading.